Yo, 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 welcome in. Take notes, grab a pen. Yes, sir, you are not dreaming. We are back with the WWE pay-per-view rewind. We've been gone for a minute, but we're here, and we're back with the fuckery, y'all. My man, Jojo the Great, and my man Aundre the Sports Junkie, y'all. We are back.
Let's go. Finally.
Yo,
Yeah, fellas, we
Like
we
you
had
said off
some.
the thing, like you said earlier, this is our therapy.
Yes, sir. So we are
Nice background.
appreciate that. Um, Backlash 2007, which I considered not just a personal favorite. I feel like it is up there with the top
Oh
pay-per-views of
yeah,
all time. I don't know.
hands down.
Like I said, this was like, man, I remember ordering this, and I was like, damn, I wasn't disappointed at all. So we're about to get into it, though. I'm glad to see my brothers is back, and let's get to it, y'all. Who wants to start with the Hardy Boys and
uh,
who?
Personally, I think that Hardy Boys match, and I
Mhm.
forgot when I watched that match, I was like, oh my God, Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
hey, but shout out to Lance Cade and them though. Hey, them was my
Lance,
boys though.
oh yeah, and Lance Cade
I,
later on ended up becoming like 2 years later, Jericho's like
hmm
lackey.
He was.
Um,
Facts,
But
facts.
I will say though, obviously for me personally, it's always fun watching Jeff Hardy compete, bro.
Yeah,
Between him and Matt, like no, there's no disrespect to Matt, but it's like Jeff Hardy's the one doing all the
yeah.
risking stuff.
hmm
So seeing Jeff Hardy, you ever notice after the match, Matt Hardy somewhat beat up, but Jeff Hardy be the one that's from jumping all over the place. But I like the match. I thought it was a good one just to kick it off, to kick the pay-per-view off.
Hmm.
Uh, Me personally, I wouldn't have put that match anywhere else. I think that was a good way to start it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel
And Cade and Murdoch too, real quick. Cade and Murdoch have, I forget, sometimes they had good chemistry at times. Those two did.
They did. They did. They should have kept it going.
Hmm.
They
I'm
really
sad it
did.
ended as soon as it did.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like the match. I'm gonna give it a 7. I do want to say, rest in peace to Lance Cade.
Lance Cade.
Like a lot of people don't know he
Mm.
passed, but I felt like the match was really good. It's always fun to watch Jeff Hardy because he always doing something crazy. Matt Hardy was really good in this match as well. Like Dre said, Trevor and Cade they had good chemistry. But I just feel like this is probably the best way to kick off a show like that, especially coming off of WrestleMania 23. I think that
hmm
tag match was the way to go.
Yes, it was. I agree. I'm gonna honestly, I think this will be the highest rating of a beginning match. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give it a 7.5. I was leaning towards an 8 because it was a good way to kick off the match. There wasn't not one dull moment in this match. Actually, it was. That twist, that weak ass
yeah.
twist of fate at the end was kind of weak, but the Swanton bomb made up for it though.
Mm.
So with them winning, and then I think this was sort of like the beginning of the rivalry for them because I think Cade and them won a few weeks later on Raw the titles, if I'm not mistaken, from
I
them.
think so. I
So
think so.
it was the beginning of the rivalry for them. So like I said, I give it a 7.5.
Hmm.
I felt like this was a pretty good match to kick off the pay-per-view. And like Dojo said, coming off of one of probably one of the top WrestleManias as well. 23, a lot of people say 23 is up there.
Hmm.
So like I said, it's
I just
Jeff
don't think it's over.
Swanton's bomb, huh?
I was just gonna say I just don't. The WrestleMania 23 is definitely up there. I just hope.
I definitely think
Would
so
you
too.
don't?
Yeah.
But would you put it over 24?
We ain't gonna talk about
I,
that now. But yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that now. We ain't gonna talk about that right now, man. But yeah, shout out to the Hardys, man. It was a good way to, make the show entertaining, electrifying. So
Gas.
gas.
there
You
it
know,
is.
gas. Um, so here's another one, y'all. The women's title match. I'm gonna let y'all speak on it first, and then I'm gonna say something about it.
Uh, when you think of like I said on the podcast before, like when you think of women's wrestling around this
Mm-hmm.
time, the names that pop up is automatically Trish and Lita.
Right.
But this was when they first left the company, so like you really had a workhorse in Mickey James. You
Mm-hmm.
had somebody who's probably one of the most underrated divas at the time in Melina. Feel like the
Facts.
match was pretty good. This was like when Mickey was like the face of the women's
Mhm.
division at the time, because Kelly was like what 19 on ECW.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she
Yeah, she
was.
was young.
Yeah.
Um, the Bellas didn't come in to like
Later.
28. I said
Facts.
28, 2008,
He
2009.
said 20. It's all good. Hey, it's been a minute.
Oh
It's been a
yeah, man.
minute.
A little rusty, man. A little rusty.
It's
But
cool. We're gonna get back to it.
if I had to rate this, I'd give this a six. I don't think it was bad, but I don't think it was just great either. I just feel
Mhm.
like for dang, it didn't say how long the match was, shockingly. But I feel like that match really wasn't that long. It looked like it was about like
9
8 minutes.
minutes.
I
Nine
was
minutes.
close. I feel like if it would went on a little longer, I feel like my rating would have been a little higher. But it's really nothing bad I can really say about it. It's just it's so short. So that's why I'm gonna give it like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for me, I will say I agree with you. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst either.
Hmm.
It's still two great in-ring performers in Mickey James and Melina. One highlight that I really enjoyed from that match was the double split.
Yeah. No, that's
That
good.
one was that was a cool little spot for those two. And then
Hmm.
but like I said, there was a lot it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.5.
Here's it. Okay. Once again, I gotta show the women some love. From the intros, Melina always had
Oh
that
yeah.
dope intro, and Mickey
Mhm.
intro after that was even, I feel like both of the intros was good. You never would have known Melina was the heel in this match because the in-ring chemistry was good as well. Like Dre said, the double splits of them fighting was one of the dopest moments in the match as well. And let's not forget the athleticism people here too, man. They both athletically was great. They was really in there fighting like men. So honestly, I gotta give this an 8 because of the fact that even though it was only like 9 minutes, I felt like it was some good in-ring chemistry with them too. The athleticism of both, they both had great key spots. So a lot of people would say, and like Jojo said, when you think of women's, you think of Lita, Trish, China.
Mhm.
But you gotta remember, man, Melina's little women's championship run was
Yeah.
legitimately up
40.
there for real.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say top five, but if you
It was
could
up
put it up
there.
there
It
with
was
some
enjoyable. Yeah.
top 10 or top 15,
I
it's
was gonna say at
arguably
least.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 10 at least.
Her, like I said, y'all, it'd be some moments in pay-per-views where you'd be like, oh, she's supposed to be the heel because her and her opponents would play the shit so good. That's why I felt like here, and it, like I said, it
Mhm.
wasn't dull either. And the crowd was into it as well.
Yep.
Once you get that crowd into on your side, y'all, I'm telling y'all, you cannot lose a match at all, man. Once you get a
I
crowd
agree.
into it, and then you just not looking at them as eye candy. As like JoJo would say,
Hmm.
you look at some of the other ones as that, oh man, they got boom booms.
Yeah.
Man, these girls can really wrestle. Like, and that's what pisses me
Hmm.
off about
And they could beat us
they
up.
they could have took Melina for real. They could have made Melina like I'm not saying the next Trish Stratus, but she could have been up there. She could have had her own name. And I thought that could have
And the
been
one thing
Mickey
I
for it
like
too. Hmm.
And the one thing I liked about this match too, this is like when Melina really started getting a crowd behind her. This is like
Yes,
sooner or later she became a face. Everybody loved her eventually.
exactly.
Especially me at 4 and 5 years old watching the clips on the
But you
A-frame.
know,
I
something
was
about
freaked out,
Melina
dog.
too.
I feel you. I feel you though.
Something about Melina too was like, yeah, she had the entrance, she had the looks, but
Yeah.
she also had the in ring talent to
Hmm.
be sustainable there. So
Hmm.
when she finally didn't resign too, I was like years later, I was like, damn, like
Hmm.
you're the only one. Like I feel like with her, she brings out the best in whoever she goes
Yeah.
against.
Yeah. Around that time, it really was like when Trish and Lita left, like it was really on
Yeah.
like a handful that could go.
Yeah.
Like you had Beth Phoenix, Melina, Mickey James. Michelle
It could have
McCool
been
was decent. Layla was
Layla.
decent. And then
Oh
sooner
my
or later
God,
you had
Layla.
people like Caitlyn and AJ Lee come into the frame. Like, man, I just wish she would have resigned, bro. I don't
I
know.
feel you.
But
I
I
I,
like
mean, I
Caitlyn
understand why
too.
though, why she
yeah.
didn't.
Honestly though, if this match would have been 13, 15 minutes or something like that, it
Mhm.
honestly, arguably, and this may be a hot take, but I'm hot take more for a reason. It probably could have stood out to be one of the best women matches of this era. Just an opinion, man. If they would have gave it a little bit more time, they would have pulled some shit out their ass. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And how often do Melina use that reverse DDT as a finisher? But when she do,
Mhm.
she on key with it, man. I'm trying to tell you. So if they would have
Hey,
gave them women 10, like 15 minutes, boom. That arguably could have been one of the best matches, hands down. But I feel
Oh
like,
boy, I
man,
know what's next.
oh God, is it?
hey man, listen here. I know, I know y'all. Listen, if y'all ain't watched the show before, as what my man would say, vacant, vacant versus MVP is
Oh my
next.
God,
But
vacant.
I try to be professional here. I'm gonna say it, y'all. Chris Benoit versus Montel Latavius Porter as MVP. So, hey, look, I'm gonna say this, Jojo.
Jojo.
I, me and Jojo may not be friends after this. At this time, Jojo, man, if you would have understood what this match was, it it really was. I don't know, man.
He's trying to
To
find a
me,
good
it
way.
it wasn't a bad match.
Oh no, it wasn't.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
just it's just the simple facts, like I said, y'all. What this man did, and I get it, I get it, I
Mhm.
get it. But around the time, y'all, this was the hype, though. People forget that U.S. title
That
it
was a
it
rivalry.
had some killing matches, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie to you, man. This was one of them. I felt like this was really wonderful, man. And
Yeah.
at this time, MVP really showed I ain't scared of you. You know, you had them people in that locker room who didn't want to face Benoit, but I got to give MVP his credit. And as people know, me and Isaiah do not like MVP, but
Oh, yeah.
at this point, I got to show love to MVP.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this match. I ain't gonna lie, I got to give this match at least a
I gave it a
7.58.
9.
Yeah, 7.58. I felt like the match was cool. The names were there. The chemistry wasn't there
Yeah,
with
they
these
kind of
two.
lacked a little.
It lacked a little bit. Mid matches sort of started to get there, but at the end, the reverse pin was garbage, in my opinion. I was just like, could have been better. Honestly, probably could have been a little longer as well. But like I said, man, this was probably a better and longer than it should have been. I was like, yeah, like I said, and then two great technical wrestlers at the if I'm
Yep.
speaking to. So yeah, the feud it continued after a little bit, but like I said, them two in rings was not good at all.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm
Mhm.
gonna give this match a 2.
Give it a
No, I'm just
two.
lying. I'm just lying. I'm just lying. I'm just lying. But no, but for real though, I'm gonna give this
Yeah,
match a 7. I thought it was good. I
yeah, it was
mean, you
good.
had Vacant and MVP. This may be a hot take. Hear me out though. Hear me out though. I
hmm
feel like MVP could have held the world title one time on SmackDown. I'm just saying.
I
He could
felt
have.
like he could have too.
That's not a hot take though. That's not a hot
He
take.
No,
had MVP
because
had the
2007,
presentation.
2008, he was
Yeah,
popping.
And on
until
top
that
of that, he went up against them
Kane,
names. He went up against some. He
Undertaker,
he went up against some heavy hitters though.
yeah. I just
but
feel like he had the presentation to hold it. Just
He
like I feel
did.
like
He did. I
Dash and
agree.
Cody Rhodes around 2012 could have held the world title on SmackDown. I mean, they gave it to
Facts.
Jack Swagger. So I mean, but no, I just think like when you have Vacant, who is arguably one of the greatest technical wrestlers ever, and you put him with a up and coming MVP who was like really having really good matches on pay-per-views and SmackDown, so he wasn't afraid of the shine. That's the type of results you get.
Yeah.
Um, like you said, the chemistry was a little iffy
It
towards the
was.
middle of the match, but I felt like it didn't really take away from the performance as well. So I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, for me personally, for me too, I gave it a 7 as well. It's just because it was I liked the match. It did, like you said, it did get sluggish at like
Mhm.
middle of the match, but it doesn't take away with how well they, how well they are in the ring. But I will say MVP to quite a few German suplexes, bro.
Mhm.
Because and Benoit's Vacant is a ravage for doing that. He does them consistently. It's not just one. It's two or three in a row. Um, I like there were some really cool spots throughout the match. I
Yeah.
loved MVP's intensity through the match though. That is
Mhm.
one thing. Like he sold. He MVP was good at selling too. That was another thing I really thought he did really well at. So for me personally, 7 for this match. Both great in ring performers, and like Marv said, they were both technical.
Yeah.
I just wish it would have ended with like a crossface, but like the way it ended is what kind of threw me off. I was like, really? You
Yeah.
got to end it like that?
I'm not gonna lie, man. Seeing man, going back and watch Vacant like old matches and stuff, and like when he take them crazy bumps, bro, I just look at it, I be like, yep, that's what did it.
Yeah.
Bro, like, cause the bumps he was taking, bro, it's no human should be taking head bumps like that, dog.
But
Right.
also his repertoire, the diving headbutt, the amount of times he used it and then did the normal headbutt.
Like, bro, stop, bro, stop.
Tell Chad Gable
Please.
that.
But shout out to MVP, man. He was, and like I said, in some of his key moments in this match, he was working on different body parts, like really trying to wear Benoit out, though. So
Hmm.
shout out to him. Like I said, it could have been better if they would have had better in-ring performance, though.
And that was the build up to that feud too. Was like
Mm-hmm.
you're not technical. That was Chris Benoit's thing. Like you're not technical. And MVP, they made him put that role of like, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do?
Yeah. Yeah, Benoit found a way to win, but it was still a good. It was still a good match.
Jojo, kudos, Marv.
I gotta find some pay-per-view where he ain't in that because I ain't gonna
He's
keep this.
in half of
It's
them.
crazy though,
Uh,
because like the great pay-per-views, this nigga is in them. Like, bro, we can't
I
expect
know.
this nigga.
I wanted to do the Royal Rumble, but you had a problem with that. So
Which one? Oh no, bro. No,
the
no.
2011 Rumble.
Nah, we good. We good. We good.
No, we gonna do that one.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is our first show back, and you gonna
Yes,
put me through
fuck
this? Come
that.
on, bro.
No, we
Come
back
on,
in
Speaking of fun
action, man.
matches, here comes one now.
man.
You're talking about an ass match here.
Two, a
That's what I meant.
two. Man, I'm
Any
not even wasting
match
my time on
with
this,
Vince
man.
McMahon winning in it, it just makes me so mad.
Two. If anybody should have pinned somebody, Umaga should have pinned Bobby.
Yes,
Why in
Or
the
Shane
world was 60-some-year-old Vince McMahon
man.
EC? Man, I'm gonna go
wearing a
take a
do
bath that night,
rag.
man. Y'all have fun. I'll be bad. That just made me
How the
mad.
hell? And then you let this match be 15 minutes,
And then
and
you that was Vince pushing his pat weight around. I want this to be a
right.
15-minute match. And I want to get the win. While he's wearing a do rag, or was that after?
That was during the match. That stupid ass shit. I don't get how you let this man end your 5 month ECW reign. Like I said, this match was average, but it was also ass. The terms of the quality, it was just terrible. It was somewhat entertaining, but at the end of the line, the storyline was gay. Um, Lashley worked hard in this match. I agree he did, especially like in a 1-on-3 setting type of where the heels were crafty. Vince of course was in charge. Got the cheap win, even without taking a bump. Losing a handicap match like this, it didn't hurt Lashley as much, but the disadvantage took advantage of him every time. Vince was barely in the match and somehow, some way was able to
He
get
got
that
the win.
funky ass pin, which make this a cheap ass win, cheap ass match, garbage ass match. I'm going to give this. I don't even want to give it a number.
I'm gonna give it a 1.
Could have
Uh,
gave it to
For,
Umaga, man.
yeah, you should have just let Umaga had the
or maybe
shine.
even Shane.
Man,
I just think Umaga made the most sense in this
He
because like
did.
this.
He
I mean,
did.
Bobby did eventually get into a feud with Cena at American Bash, but like y'all do know Bobby was out of the company in '07.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Pretty
I'm like,
much. Pretty much.
I was like, do rag Vince, man. Man,
Stupid.
Do
all
rag
right, man.
Vince.
He
Man,
says do like that. Yeah. Once again, didn't do shit in the match. Didn't lift
But get the
nothing.
pin.
But got the stupid ass pin.
because I thought it was gonna be a scenario to like they was gonna book Bobby Lashley like Super Cena and he was gonna come out on top. Man, I see man Umaga, man.
And rest up, man.
I
One
gotta
of
give that
the
man his flowers every time we do a show with
yes.
him in it. I gotta give man Umaga was that dude, man. That
Oh
man
yeah.
hit an Uso splash off the top rope, and I'm like, yeah, he finna get this pin. This
Mhm.
man and tag Vince him. I was like, no way, dog. And I remember this pay-per-view vividly because like my favorite matches were the last two.
Yeah.
I didn't remember this match for some reason. It's the reason why I didn't
Because
remember
it
it.
wasn't there was nothing to remember.
It wasn't,
Exactly.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on because we got two great ones coming up. And here it is. The match, probably one of the arguably matches of '07. The last man standing match. And usually, and Dre knows me, I usually hate double disqualifications.
Oh yeah.
But this one right here, I'm going to give an exception to.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
This last
fine.
man standing match right here for that title, they both was hurt, but they didn't give a shit. This is where toughness was where it mattered, people. The Undertaker was the baby face, the head, world heavyweight champion, the world heavyweight champion, excuse me. He won it the WrestleMania. Batista also, a former babyface heavyweight champion. These two, bout for bout, match was great. I give it a 10. Draw, like I said, I
Hmm.
usually don't like draws, but hey, like I said, here's the real y'all. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 here. My man Raggy was saying. This was a great match with the draw ending. It didn't hurt nothing. It was a great finish, but I still enjoyed it.
Yep.
I enjoyed all of it.
So
Batista
many
did an
spots.
awesome job of selling the leg injury. Taker was working hurt as well with the torn biceps he had, but he showed up. They both showed no signs of looking hurt. And I felt like this felt like a fight between two elite superstars that gave it everything they had. They hit all their big moves, especially Batista. Shout out to him, that big spear off the stage. And there
Hmm.
were a lot, and I mean a lot, of believable near finishing spots in this match. It's rare to have a last man standing match end in a draw like this, but I'd give it
Especially like this.
kudos. The company did great behind both of them. In ring, great performance. So I think this should have been the main event, but I'm never mind. The Fatal Four was never mind. I ain't gonna get to that.
That was
But
gas too, though. That was gas too.
exactly,
Come on.
exactly. But however, in the spot they had it in, I didn't mind that the finish because of the story behind everything. The rivalry continued after this, but shout outs to it, 10 out of
Mhm.
10. Shout out to Batista and Undertaker for
Yeah,
putting on a
because I
great
think
show.
then this rivalry like had when they had their next match, Stone Cold was the special guest ref, right?
I think so. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, man. This match
Mhm.
right here, man.
Woo!
I remember I was like 4 or 5 years old sitting on the couch with my grandma watching this, man.
Yeah.
This match right here had me on the edge of my seat, man. The near finish, the
Mm-mm-mm.
moves, man. This match was pretty brutal too.
It
Not gonna lie,
was
it was, man.
So many spots.
so many,
Yes, man.
so
Like
many, y'all.
when they
And
mean put
then
your body on the line, that's exactly what these two did, man. Flowers to all of them. I'm giving this a
Facts.
nine, a
and
Facts.
nine.
then think I hope WWE currently goes back and rewatches some of that. I'm not talking about Triple H. I'm talking about the current stars because that is what you call fucking storytelling.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been someone who had never watched wrestling a day in your life, but if you watched the way they wrestled, that that sums up their whole rivalry right there. From
Yeah.
double countouts in a steel cage match to a draw in a last man standing match to
Mm-mm-mm.
a controversial Hell in a Cell match at Survivor Series.
Mm.
Um, but all in all, bro, I mean, you had the Undertaker dropping a big leg drop that put him through a table, and then that spear off the stage. And you got to realize back then that stage, that was a solid drop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mhm.
That
Hell
was
yeah.
a solid drop. But one thing I really enjoyed was just the absolute storytelling in this match.
Yeah.
And Marv, you said you kind of already hit it on the head. Batista selling the leg injury, and then something I really noticed too. So did you notice at WrestleMania 23 it was Batista that got off to the fast start, and then now at Backlash it was the Undertaker that got off to a fast start.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because Cole even mentions that he was like, "Oh, Undertaker's on his toes today."
Oh yeah.
But for me, I gave that match a 9. I loved it. That I remember I ordered that pay-per-view. I was in 3rd or 4th, and my mom was telling me sit down because I kept running. I was like, "Get up, Taker, get up." But no, that was I mean, just great way to end great co-main event. That's what I was trying to say. Great co-main event, and then we have a great main event right after.
Yeah.
And then if I remember correctly too, Marv, is that when was it that SmackDown after Backlash when Edge cashed in after that steel cage?
Moving on. Let's move on.
Excuse me. Hey,
No,
he was
no. Why did
he was talking to
bring
me.
his name up?
He was talking to me. And yes, Aundre, the
I think
GOAT.
that was,
Yeah,
yeah.
the GOAT did cash in. Yes, he did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All
Here
right.
we go.
Speaking
Main
of
event.
which, the Fatal 4-Way
Sorry,
for
Jojo.
4 great superstars is involved. Yes, sir. Randy, Keith Orton. I don't know if that's his real middle name. I'm just gonna say it. John Cena, the average GOAT, and
Average go.
Shawn Michaels, the
The
average GOAT, the
showstopper.
showstopper GOAT, and the real GOATs of all GOATs, Edge himself.
No yeets.
Yeah.
First off, Marv, that background is golden.
Yes,
Number
sir.
2, and I was just gonna say too, that was for me, that was a highlight for me. Shawn Michaels doing that moonsault at his age at that time to the outside of the ring, and then John Cena with that beautiful double leg drop. That one was pretty cool. Definitely don't see him do that no more though.
Yeah.
Nope.
But that and then the part that I really loved, the two that I really enjoyed was when John had Edge was in the AA and Randy came out of nowhere, hit him with that RKO. I was like, that slithering snake. And then the ending. I maybe for some people, maybe not for everybody, but for some people, I remember my friend was one of them at that time. He didn't like how it ended. I loved it because Shawn Michaels hits that tired super kick and Cena happens to fall on the pin. I loved it.
Yeah.
So many spots in this match. For me, I gave it a 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a 10 for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially that ending with the spot.
Yeah. And did you see the chemistry too? Like when, like it's like everyone knew when it was their turn to like be on cue, and they did it so like they knew the chemistry in there. That's how you can tell they've all worked together for so long.
Yeah, man, it's crazy though. Shawn didn't hold that WWE title around this time one time, man.
Only held the world.
That's crazy. I would have gave Shawn the title one more time, man. Because Shawn around this age, man, I don't think nobody on this planet at the time was touching Shawn. The only people I could say that was probably touching Shawn at this time was a young AJ Styles and a up and coming Kenny Omega. That's it. I don't think nobody was touching Shawn. He didn't hold it one, man. That's crazy, man.
And the one time he did have a shot was in 07 against Randy at Survivor Series, but he couldn't use the super kick.
Jojo, what you give this match?
I'm giving this a 10, dog. I ain't gonna. No, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I don't want to give like 10s to everything. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
I don't think you gave it 10 to nothing yet.
I don't think you have.
Yeah, I don't think you gave it nothing yet.
I know. Give it a 9.5. I want to be different.
I ain't being different. Fuck it. I'm gonna give it a 10. 2 10s back to back. 2 10s back to back. We all know, of course, Cena retaining it. It was obvious. You know, at least half the fans knew it, including me. But I think some people wanted Sean to win it. Like Jojo said, it's been 5 years since he held a world
Mm-hmm.
title.
Hmm.
But no surprise that Randy and the GOAT Edge was the heels in this match. They only got 16% of the votes at the beginning of the voting pool. But I felt like I said, Dre said it too. Perfect in-ring chemistry
Hmm.
between these future Hall of Famer
Yeah.
superstars. A great way to end this match. This was a great match. It's full of action, excitement, betrayal, of course. All four of
Mm-hmm.
these guys worked with each other a lot. So there was a lot of chemistry between them. They built up to false finishings. What else can I say? It was actually a bit of surprise that they didn't use no weapons like I thought it
I
would
know,
be.
especially
It was crazy. I was
the
like, damn,
steel
they should.
chair.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
just
and it was a
man.
fatal four way. They weren't gonna get DQ for it. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
I would have been creative and be like, hey, going to that ring, find something,
they
you
were trying to
yeah,
know. But
show.
but like Dre said, other than that chair, man, other than them chair shots, I always talk about how important the finishing sequence of a match could be. I think this was one of the best finishing sequences with Orton, Edge, Cena, and Michaels all hitting their finishing moves and success. Even though that super kick, like Dre said, was kind of lazy, but
Yeah,
it was still good. Cena, the GOAT, the victory was a bit fluky. I'm sorry, JoJo, but because of how he landed on top of Orton after the Michaels
man.
kick. But hold on. Here's the thing. I thought it worked out though. It all
Yeah.
worked out really well. So just to, and once again, what I always tell y'all, the crowd was into it.
Hmm.
gotta
Not
listen.
not one dull moment. They all reacted to it so well because it was just such a unique finish. So that was really, was a perfect ending to it, in my opinion. But this
Yeah.
win by Cena wasn't a surprise, nor was Orton getting pinned since he mentioned earlier, if anybody saw that little interview, that he was sent home from the I guess that little European tour for disciplinary reasons. So
Yeah.
I'm
And I
kind of
think,
glad he got what he deserved.
yeah.
So, like I said, pretty much the end of Cena's rivalry with Michaels, I was kind of sad about that because we never really pretty much saw them again.
Mhm. And
And
one thing, my bad, Mark. Go ahead.
oh no, you good. It
I
just
was just
the WrestleMania before that, and then they both had that one match before that too. That was an hour. But this was a
God,
fun event. You know.
And one thing too that I got to give Edge his credit on because I know that man can swing the fuck out of a steel
Joe
chair, bro.
can.
Sure
That's
can.
just, bro. When he clocked Randy, bro, I was like, you did not have to do that to him, bro.
Uh-huh.
Because when he would swing too, he would do the sideways lineup, and my God, that man knew how to swing the shit out of a chair. But you know
Man,
what? I will say this pay-per-view for me overall, for me, I'm giving it a 9.5 for me overall.
Wow.
I loved Backlash '07. And then this was also, I think, the third pay-per-view, I mean, fourth pay-per-view I've ever ordered in my life. And this was, back then they were, $59 and my
hmm.
mom, I couldn't get them all. So every time I got a chance, I recorded it, left it up there for about a month and then deleted it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give this an 8, man. I enjoyed this pay-per-view a lot. I think the downside of this pay-per-view was that handicap match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
And we
think
all
that
we
was
all kind of knew who was gonna kind of pull that one out and win.
I personally at that time going in, I thought Umaga was gonna pull that off. I really did think Umaga was gonna be the guy to get that title, but
With Vince McMahon in the ring, he
yes.
gonna push his weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought Umaga was just the right person to win. I think if Umaga would have won it, then maybe my rating would be a little higher. But I just didn't enjoy this match at all. But the highlights of this card was the last two matches.
Yeah.
Easily.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Easily. And you can't go wrong with it, man. I gotta give it a 9, man.
I feel you.
Wait, I said 8 at first, didn't it?
Yeah, you
I'm
said eight.
tripping. 9, 9. I'm 9. I'm tripping.
Will you deny?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Um, with that handicap match being ass as it is, it's gonna take some points away. And like I said, the beginning of the matches was cool. The Chris Benoit match was cool. Melina match was definitely excellent. I definitely think that. And the last two matches were great.
Hmm.
Um, so I gotta give it a solid 8. This is gonna be the
Okay.
first time. A solid 8.25. And the reason
Oh,
why I say this is because well, it was an awesome show. Once again, the handicap match was ass. I think this was probably one of the best pay-per-views of '07, and also one of the better shows from top to bottom without any major weak links. I mean, like I said, the handicap match was the middle, so of course you could have just been like, it's cool, but there still was 3 matches before that and 2 great matches after that. So they kind of like links, like muscles that out. But also, in my opinion, it was only 6 matches. All of them were title matches.
mhm.
And some other titles was ignored. Like, where was the Intercontinental Championship at?
That's a good,
You
yeah.
know,
Who was
but
even the IC champ at the time? Carlito?
I th-
Mm.
07, Carlito was. Yes, he was. At
Why was
WrestleMania,
he
he
why was
was.
he doing a dark match then?
That's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm saying. What's going on here?
against Johnny Nitro.
Yeah, 6 matches that, gave more time to the wrestlers who had, but I thought the Fatal Four Way with them four was one of the best Fatal Four matches in WWE in history, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So, and also, like I said, keep in mind, Undertaker versus Batista killed the show.
Santino.
That was excellent too. Taker worked that match with a torn bicep. Batista, of course, had the hamstring issue. But overall, this isn't. Yeah, this was one of the best
And
pay
this
per
was that
'07.
pay-per-view, that was in April, right?
This was.
Backlash '07. Because if that's the case,
Yeah,
Santino was our Intercontinental Champion.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And he held that title for 77 days.
Yeah.
And then Umaga took it from him in July.
Crazy work. Crazy work.
It's okay,
Shout out
Jojo.
Santino, man. Shout out that man Santino, dog.
Why?
We love Santino over here.
No, you don't. I
Yes, we
don't.
do.
No, you don't.
Oh, this is when Santino first debuted on the main roster and Bobby screwed Umaga over.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. Okay, I remember. Man,
Ring
Anyway.
a
we
bell
love
now?
Santino over here.
Anyway.
Come on, man. We don't hate on Santino over here, dog.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
he has the most effective finisher. I mean, even more effective than the Tombstone, bro.
no. Stop.
I'm playing.
Stop.
I'm playing.
Stop.
I'm playing.
Stop.
I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking.
What's Snoop Dogg saying, baby boy? Stop bullshitting with yourself. Stop bullshitting with yourself.
And if
Man,
you
shout
ever
out
watch
to
Santino too hit that Cobra, bro, sometimes I'd watch it and be like, bro, good job for selling it, but the camera got too close. He didn't even hit you with it.
Santino's ass.
Man, respect Santino, dog. Come on, man.
You respect Alberto and now respect Santino.
Never.
Then never. Then never. He gets no love up on this show.
Man, you gotta acknowledge Santino, man. Come
No,
on.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, the hell I don't.
Yes, you do, bro. That's how it goes.
Fuck Santino.
That's crazy. Santino, I hope you watching this, man.
I
I'm
hope you
talking bad
watching it
on you, and
too.
I'm
I
defending
sure
you.
am. I sure am. Alberto, I hope you watching this. He's talking bad on you.
Man, I don't care about Alberto. He knows I don't care about him.
No,
You hear me, Alberto?
he's a #1 supporter of the show.
No, I'm not. I don't like you, Alberto. I never liked you, never will.
He does. I'll edit that out, Alberto. I got you. Don't worry.
He said,
I can mute that and edit that out. Don't worry. But this is the show, y'all. The Backlash 2007 is in the books. Not quite sure whose turn it is next.
oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
whose
think you
turn is
chose
it?
Marv. I think you chose this one, so it might be
Mhm.
JoJo.
Yeah. Okay, so JoJo gets to pick his so-called.
Pick Crown Jewel.
No, no, no,
So hold
no.
on.
We
So
haven't been on the show in a long time, so we had to.
yeah, because All Out was
Was
raised.
Ray.
hmm
I'm all elite, by the way, JoJo. I'm all elite.
Who picked WrestleMania 19?
I did. I picked
JoJo.
19. So that means
It's
it's
Dre's turn,
Dre's
yeah.
turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's Dre's
okay.
turn. Because
Ooh.
2011, who picked that chamber? Oh, John.
I think that was Jay Will. Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Will did. Oh, that's why I got less views because he. Jay Will.
Man, I had to watch a Jerry Lawler and Miz.
Mm, never again.
That was just, yeah, I couldn't believe that
So,
one.
It wasn't even that bad though. That match
it
was
wasn't. It was just the fact that they had that as a WWE
yeah.
title main event. That's what was ass. I'm talking about gas. It was ass, bro. Come on, man. Be realistic here. Come on, brother. You and I both know that if there's a damn match between The Miz and Jerry Lawler, I'll be like, what? Is this really on the damn pay-per-view
I
You
mean,
match
said
that
what?
the
we
concept
gotta
of it
spend?
made sense
No, hold
though.
on. The fact that we had to spend our hard-earned money to watch that shit pisses me off to this day. That could have been a dark match, like for real. So the Sports Junkie will pick the next pay-per-view, y'all. We will see y'all soon. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with us and supporting us. I know we've been gone for a minute, but we back in action now. So until then, Edge is the GOAT. Rock out, like,
And
comment,
Alberto Del Rio
subscribe,
sucks.
and he's the GOAT too. So,
That's crazy.
you know, we'll see y'all later. Maybe not JoJo because he keeps hating. So,
Come on, man.
nah, we
Bro,
just kidding. We appreciate
it,
y'all. We love y'all. Peace. So.